Yes guys, and welcome to another video. Now today I'm actually doing something very different, and I will be doing this a lot more often. So today we're talking about the trade of the week that took place last week, and I will be doing this every single week that does come by. So what we're going to do is show you exactly what kind of trades we took and how we took those trades as well, mainly for education purposes, to show you and to make sure that you guys know exactly how possible it is for you guys to do exactly the same and benefit and profit from doing exactly the same things that we are doing as well. So on last week, I actually sent out a trade to our members Telegram explaining about a sell on GBPJPY on the 1st of July. So let's actually go to the 1st of July. So the 1st of July is around this very point right here. And this trade was sent out at exactly 12:15 a.m. Yeah, so 12:15 a.m., just right at the start of the Tokyo session. I usually trade myself London session or Tokyo session. I try not to trade too much New York session. There's a lot of fundamentals that do affect the markets, even though fundamentals do most of the time go in our favor, as I'm heavily educated in the fundamentals sector as well. But let's take a look back at exactly what took place on that day and show you guys what we saw. So we're going to cut it off right here, and this is still the 30th of June. Um, Still the 30th of June, and yeah, obviously prices did rally upwards very fast from this very support area. So prices found support area around here, support price, and ever since then, prices weren't able to break below this area. Instead, a lot of buyers came into the market and started rallying the price upwards very strongly. Now, as it came towards the end of the day, there is a bit of support at this area. And by the way, this was all completely done on the 1 hour. I didn't use the 4 hour for this analysis. I strictly just used the 1 hour and a few very simple bits of confluence. So I'm going to also show you this on the 1 hour and exactly what I saw. So the first thing I saw, that price was approaching support, and it had already run very far throughout the whole day. Yeah, so if we measure how far it had run throughout the whole day, it was a total of 164 pips. Now GBPJPY, I know myself, that is, a big rally, especially all in one go, in a bullish manner. GBP/JPY usually moves about 170 to 200 pips every single day, whether it's up or down. Both ways, in total, it moves a total of about 180, 175 to 200 pips every single day without fail. Yeah, in fact, some days it doesn't, but you know where I'm coming from. Yeah, that is the average range for GBP/JPY. So as I saw, that price was approaching and it had completed a very big move. Like I said, it was a total at this point of about 161 pips in one go. Yeah, in one day, in one go. Yeah, non-stop. So therefore, it needed to slow down at some point. And as it was coming to the end of the day, and as it was coming to the start of the Tokyo session, I realized, you know what, there definitely needs to be some pullback in price, yeah, for price to come down to, especially as the people in Japan are jumping on to their computers. The traders on the trading floors are jumping into their offices and are looking for a good price to sell this a very asset right here. Yeah, so I looked past, and previously there was a bit of support um, at this very area, or resistance, should I say. And I'm only going by the current price, but if we look back, there was a bit of a struggle trying to break past this area as well. So this shows this was a decently strong area. Now, as price rallied very heavily up towards this area, I noticed, there was a bit of slowdown in price at around 9 p.m. Now, I don't take any trades between 9 p.m. and midnight, yeah, at all. If I do jump into the markets, it will be just after midnight. So here is a 9 p.m. candle pushing upwards. Again, we noticed the 10 p.m. candle. That's the time we do really want to stay away and out of markets. Now at this point, it was, coming up to midnight. So let me just go back one more candle. So at this point, it was at exactly midnight. Yeah. So this is just about 15 minutes after midnight. I gave out the trade, and I'm going to give you guys the exact numbers where I gave out the trade, and how far to go to. Now, our entry price I had mentioned was 812. Even though I probably could see it pushing to about 900 before dropping. And our take profit was 133054. This is clearly in our Telegram as well, our members Telegram, so you can check up these numbers yourself. And our stop loss was 134088, so a pretty tight stop loss as well. So this is the areas that we were looking to gain. It was about 27 pip stop loss and a 75 pip TP. And why did I choose that very take profit area? Is because I noticed there was a bit of rejection, or not rejection should I say, but a bit of a demand at this price right here, or supply should I say. Yeah, so there was a bit of supply at this price, and then ever since price hit this area, it just dropped non-stop. Yeah, so this area is definitely a key zone. Yeah, clearly this area is a very key zone for this current trade, or this current currency, and we know prices could definitely come back here again. I also had a long-term take profit in place, which I will just draw up manually, and I'll also put the coordinates in right now as well. So the coordinates for the final take profit was 132623, and that was a little optimistic, but yeah, let's see exactly how this very trade went. Now, the reason why I gave this out at exactly midnight, so here is midnight, and I noticed there was definitely a weakness in candles, and bears started coming into the market at around this very time. So we're going to look at what the next candle does, and still, yeah, at midnight it tried to push past this area. Yeah, however, there were too many bears into the market. The bulls had run out of steam. Yeah, as you can see, and this is our second confluence of this trade. Our second confluence is that we were reading the candlesticks. Our first confluence and our first confirmation was that price is approaching a resistance. Our second confluence, sorry, is not the candlesticks. Our second confluence is that GBPJPY is running out of steam, and we know that it only has a certain range that it moves every single day, yeah, before a correction takes place. So clearly, this steam had completely overrun, yeah. It had run in one direction over 170 pips rather than in two directions. So clearly, there definitely needed to be some sort of correction taking place soon. And thirdly, the candlesticks were blatantly showing rejection on this very time frame. I never cut down to 15 minutes. I didn't cut down to 30 minutes to do this trade. I didn't even scale up to the 4-hour time frame to look at this trade. Yeah, it was solely completely done on the 1 hour and 1 hour only. So let's see exactly what took place after this. So immediately straight after the 2 a.m. open, the candles dropped straight away, because obviously clearly there were bulls just running out of steam, and then bears stepped straight into the market, and the prices ended up shooting down non-stop ever since that point. And over here is where it bottomed out, and that's where obviously our take profit ones were hit. We moved our stop losses to break even, and I do remember telling everybody, okay, you know what, I woke up at around 7 8 a.m. that day, and I told everybody around 8 a.m., you know what, let's just close out our second trade right around here. So both trades we ended up clearing a good 75 pips on that very trade. So ever since that point did occur, this clearly wasn't met, and this clearly wasn't hit. We closed both of our trades at around this very area. The first one obviously hit the take profit zone. The second one we cleared I think it was about 50 pips on this very trade right here. Yeah, about 55 pips on this very trade right here. 8 a.m. That's correct. 8 a.m. opened. Mid 8 a.m. so about 8:30. That's when I told everybody, you know what? Yep, clearly, this may actually show some very strong signs of support around this area. And then ever since then, prices did come back and we're just kind of messing around and then did start to reverse again. But by then, we were completely out of that trade. So I hope that has been helpful. I will be doing this very, very much more often. Every single week, I will give out the trade of the week of how the last week was the best. This is mainly not based on how many pips we catch. This is mainly based on the accuracy that we take on each very trade. And I hope this is very helpful to you guys. This is all educational and is completely free that we will send out on our channel every single week. If you do like these videos, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you subscribe as well, because there is a lot more content coming of this nature every single week without fail.